All righty, here's the anticipated 2025 forecast that we are looking at. Okay, once again, it's a forecast, no guarantees. So what we think in the next 6 months here, the 10-year Treasury is going to be moving in a positive direction. Spread narrows between that and obviously the bond market, mortgage rates. So we're looking somewhere in the high fives, low sixes consistently. Okay, within the next 6 months, hopefully. Okay. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're consistently in the fives. And then we're going to see, I think an avalanche of people coming into the markets. I'm going to show you in some future slides here. So let's just take a look at the housing market. Okay. So we have 136 million households, 45 million people are renting, 91 million own, 37 trillion of total equity, guys, 407 on average per household. Now, free and clear. Let's dive deeper here. 35 million own their house free and clear. Okay, and they have $20 trillion total in debt, total in equity, not debt, in equity, in roughly an average of 571 per house. Okay, the people have mortgages on it, which is most. It's 56 million. They have an average of 17 trillion, and average equity per household on that with a mortgage is 311. Negative equity is very, very little. Okay, so anybody who thinks we're going to return back to 07, 08, 09 with the real estate financial crisis and everything else does not know numbers. You got to understand, and I've said this many, many times, back during that time, you had 4 million households for sale. Okay, right now we barely have just over 1 million, if that. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Negative equity is about 1 million out of all this, so minus 0.3. All right, so next slide here, let me reduce my video so you guys can see everything here. Okay, all right, so we, basically going through the boomers here, Gen X and so forth. So the Gen Z, let's look at this. You have 69 million total. Median age is about 20 years old. Home ownership rate is very low because they're young, right? So the next 10 years, the home ownership rate should increase from 8% to 33%. 25% or more, 17 million more homeowners. Okay, so just think about that. And then we have this generation gap for, we're looking at 73 million total. Median age is 35. Home ownership rate is 45%. Okay, median age is 30. That's 40 million total. Home ownership rate is 33%. Okay, next 10 years should rise from 33 to 55, or 8.5 more homeowners. Okay, just think about that. Formations. Okay, so household formations. These are people forming a household, buying, getting into the real estate market, want to get into the real estate market, high demand. You're looking at 1.9 million. And look at right now, we have a supply of just about 1.3. It's actually probably less because we have some under contract already and so forth. But you're looking at 1.3 to 1.9. Okay. So if you're concerned about, well, if I buy now and market, it's a numbers game, guys. Supply and demand. It's always been that way. All right. So real estate forecast here, we feel in 2025, there's going to be 4.1 appreciation year over year. For a $500,000 home, that's $20,000. I would be, really think about, buying a house and so forth because of the numbers and so forth. But obviously, it's got to make sense. Don't lose sleep over the payment and so forth. That's not the plan. We want to make sure this is a good, good deal for you, not only financially but also personally. But on the other side of the coin is that renting right now is very, very high. It's come down a little bit, but it's still going to be high because you're going to have a lot more competition for it just from the graphics that I showed you from a few slides ago here. Okay. And then a 5-year cumulative 30 to 50, 35%, $500,000 home. So you're looking over 5 years that they're going to be roughly about 150 to 175 gain. Okay. All right. So home appreciation, we feel it's going to be from 4.4% to 4.5, somewhere in that. We're going a little bit on the lower side on that. Inflation is key. Okay. Inflation's coming down from 2.8 to, we figure, about 2.1, 2.2. As the new numbers coming in, over the next 2 to 3 months. So when inflation comes down, as I've always said, it helps mortgage rates. Okay. The unemployment rate is going to be from 4.2. It's going to drift up to about 4.5, 4.6. Usually when that happens, that also helps long-term interest rates. And then the Fed funds rate, we figure it's going to come down to about 3.25 to 3.5. Okay. And then mortgage rates decline to 5.7 to 6% range, somewhere around there from 7%. All right. And remember, there's 26 factors that factor into interest rates. It's not just like a car loan where you just buy a car and that's the rate for the next 30 days if you're in this box. There's 26 other factors, what type of program, down payment, all that stuff. Okay. All right. So just let me know if you have any questions on this. Hopefully you find this helpful. And just shoot me an email, text me, follow me on Facebook if you have any other questions. Thank you.